I think just because I'm ever present, I won't let people forget me, not if I have anything to do with it.
This is just part of your amazing journey. 100 million records sold worldwide, numerous number ones, countless awards. What does all the success mean to you?
Well, was my dream ever since I left the Smoky Mountains as a little girl. I actually moved to Nashville to stay when I was 18 years old, back in 1964. But before that, I had been dreaming about going to Nashville, becoming a star, traveling all over the world, going to places like London, doing live shows and DVDs, and being in the movies. So it means a lot to me that I have seen my dreams come true, and I've always loved it. Always enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll spend the rest of my life in show business in one form or another.
Mm-hmm. And you seem to, living your dreams, but inspiring other people's dreams. You and country music in general, for as long as I can remember, has entertained and consoled and inspired. What was your mission when you set out in country music, and what continues to be your mission for the genre?
Well, I want to stay as true to myself as possible, which is country.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a country girl, and no matter where I take my personal music, there's always going to be that country bass and that country flavor. I've often said that I'm never leaving country. I'll take it with me wherever I go. However, in my case, I've been able to have success with crossover records and do other things like being in the movies and writing theme songs for that. But when I left the Smoky Mountains, it was just to be a star. I wanted to travel. I wanted people to hear my songs I'd written. I wanted them to appreciate me as an entertainer and an artist, and I wanted to be rich and famous and all the things that everybody wants.
And all the fun things.
I wanted all these shiny, sparkly clothes because I was just a poor kid growing up with nothing in a big old family with a lot of dreams, and I'm so grateful. And the older I get, the more I appreciate the fact that I have seen my dreams come true, and I know a lot of people are not able to say that.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned your crossover success, and there's so many other artists out there that you really set the template for out there right now. Everybody from like Taylor Swift and Carrie Underwood, Bon Jovi even. What do you think about some of these artists?
Well, I think they're wonderful artists. I was so happy for little Taylor Swift. She's just doing so wonderful. I mean, she deserves everything she gets. And Carrie Underwood, all those wonderful, wonderful artists that are here on the scene today. And it makes me feel great when they say that I've influenced them or that I've meant something to them. But because I look at them and I'm a fan and I think, wow, they said my name. They said something about me. But I really think there's a lot of wonderful talent in the country music, on the country music scene right now. And I never resent the new things that come along because I think every generation has its time and its way of saying things and its way of presenting it. I think there'll always be country music, and certainly there always will be coming out of me.
Mm-hmm. And usually when a different generation of artists are talking about their inspirations like you, the person that they're talking about is not relevant anymore, and that is so not true in your case. You're relevant, you're a superstar, you're out there, you're making it happen. How do you maintain this level of success? So it'd be so easy for you to be comfortable. You're so successful and just to stay back and relax, but you're out there like fighting the good fight still and winning.
Well, I love what I do, first of all, and I'm a very creative person. I love inventing things. I love making things happen, seeing things happen. So I never get bored, and I never lose momentum. Even though there are times when you don't have a record on the radio, you don't have a hit movie, but I do a lot of TV. I'm kind of around doing my charities, doing all sorts of things where people see me. I'm in magazines and all that. So I think just because I'm ever present, I have anything to do with it.
No, you're unforgettable.
Yeah.
From you bring up your charity, the Dolly Foundation, children's literacy, the music charts, the Broadway stage, the movie screens. Like, you're such a Renaissance woman, and that's just like you're so much more than that. But how do you balance it all?
Well, it's just a way of life with me. I don't think of it like work. Mm-hmm. My job has always been my joy as well. This is just what I do. I never think of myself in terms of being a star or an idol. I just know every day how hard I work, and every night I know how I think and how I plan and how I dream. So anytime you work that hard, you ain't got time to get on some ego trip or for that whole thing to ever take place. Certainly not with me. But I just go about my work knowing that I love it, and I've just always wanted to do it, and that this is what God meant for me to do, and I just take what talent he gave me and try to make the most of it.
And your philanthropy is such a big part of that. Do you feel like a need, not only as an artist and as a businesswoman, but as a human being to like be speaking out on these causes and raising money and awareness?
Well, it's those kind of things that, to answer a little more of your other question, that kind of keeps you sane and kind of keeps you anchored, because you're not just in it for yourself. I'm not. I mean, I wanted to make the money, and I've made some good investments and some smart moves with things like Dollywood, but through Dollywood, which is a wonderful place for the area, and for me to make money, but for everybody in and around the whole county to do that. But we also have those wonderful programs like you're talking about, the Dollywood Foundation, where we do have our charities. We work with children, not just for our literacy program called the Imagination Library, where we give books to children all over the world now, but we also are helpful in the county. If the band needs uniforms, if they need instruments, or if we always have our scholarships that we give out every year, and have been doing that since the 70s, when I first got to where I had any name at all. I started all of those things because I wanted to give back. I don't want it all just for me. I want to be allowed to do it. I want to be allowed to do everything I can, but also once you get in a position, you want to be able to help. So the charities mean a great deal to me. It's just a way of giving back.
Yes, and you give and you provide employment. I was reading that like Dollywood employs like 3,000 people approximately.
Our Dixie Stampede, which is a dinner theater, and also the water park. So with those three businesses there, we do employ a lot of people.
And there seems to me, I haven't had the pleasure to go to Dollywood yet, but just here at Camp Dolly, everybody just seems like so happy to be here and on the same page, and like really like it obviously comes from the top. You obviously come in with a good attitude because everybody around you seems to be on the same page as you.
Well, it's important that everybody get on the same page. We got a lot of worker bees around here. They know I work hard, and so they all work hard as well. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't have time for slouches if I'm going to be paying you.
Have you ever met with something or a project or a challenge that you just thought, how am I going to do this? Because it seems like you just go in and everything works out amazingly, But,
well, I never met a challenge I didn't like. And if I say I'm going to do something, or if I agree to do something, if somebody asks me, I'm pretty sure I'll pull it off. Now, there are some things that I just don't think that probably I should be doing. So I think it's also important for any artist to know your strengths and your weaknesses. I know what I know, and I know what I don't know. I know what I will, and I know what I won't do. And so I'm very secure in that. But I love a good challenge. So if it's in the realm of what I do, like when they asked me to do the Broadway thing, I thought, well, how hard can that be? It's, I'm a songwriter, and I'm a creative person. So yeah, I'll take that challenge on. But if it was something that was just foreign to me, I would just say, no, I think you do better somewhere else.
When I walked in today, I was just blown away by, your amazing wardrobe. And in addition to your songs and your performing, you're so known for your sense of style. How would you define your style?
Naughty. And it's just some of it's, it's always flashy. I mean, I love to shine. So I love glitter, and I'm the type of performer that I do so much better if I shine, if I feel like I'm shining, because I don't think people really want to see you up on stage wearing what they've got on. I mean, to me. From my perspective.
You want it to be aspirational.
Yeah, I want them to say, oh, wow, she's shining. It's like she went out of her way to look good for us. And, I spend a lot of money and time. In fact, I spend more money on my stage stuff than any other. I don't really have a sense of fashion, but I do have a definite idea of how I want to look on stage. I don't try to keep up with, with the styles or anything in my streetwear or my daytime wear or anything else. But my show clothes are tailored just for my taste, for my body, for my height, for my weight, and for things that that's comfortable for me. But above all else, they need to shine.
Okay.
As you can see, and they need to be colorful. I love all the different colors.
And have great movement and textures.
Yeah, that's important too, that I can work in it, because I love to. I mean, I don't want to walk around and get tangled up in my own clothes. I've done that before. I've done that.
What do you want your musical legacy to be?
Well, hopefully I'll do enough stuff in my lifetime to live on, because you want to leave behind great things. and hopefully I'll be remembered for good songs, hopefully, and just the fact that I loved it so, and that was my favorite thing to do is my songwriting. I love to sing, and people often say, well, if you could only do one thing. I thought, well, I would never like to not ever be put in that position, because it takes all of it, because I like to write the songs, first of all, then I like to sing them, then I like to make the records, then I like to take them out and perform them. So it's all a whole complete ball of wax, so to speak. But if I had to just do the one thing, I'd probably just be a songwriter, because that's so creative and so personal to me. I just love doing it. There are many writers greater than me, but I don't think there's ever been one that enjoyed it more.